Hey friends, Mikester here, your humble servant, with the weekly update from First United Methodist Church of Fort Worth. Hey, you'll want to know this, that our second issue of the Connect magazine is now available. You can tell that this is a beautiful cover, and this is filled with stories of art and creativity and faithfulness. Please do, when you're in the building, grab a copy of this for yourself and share one with a friend as well. Hey, this coming Sunday is going to be a good day at our church, and it includes a couple opportunities. The first is at 12:15 there's going to be an informational meeting in Wesley Hall. This is sponsored by the Wesleyan Adventurers because they are planning a Blue Danube River cruise. It's going to be a huge trip and one that I think you'll want to learn more information about. So we invite you to come and be a part of that. And then in the afternoon at 2:30 in the chapel, we are going to be having the most unique of concerts. The group is called Resonance, and the concert is Voices of Unity. These are some of the most skilled, classically trained opera singers in the DFW area. They're going to be directed by our own Christian Teague, and they're going to be doing familiar kinds of hymns and things that will just bring a smile to your face. And so that's going to be in the chapel this Sunday at 2:30. Let's talk honestly for a moment. Have you had an opportunity to attend the Wednesday evening pastor's Bible study? Well, if you haven't, we're not going to shame you. No one will know in advance. But now is the perfect time to pick that up, because this coming Wednesday evening, Reverend Lance Marshall will be offering that at 6 p.m. It's exciting. It is one that is filled with new information, with faith development, and a chance to be with friends. And get this, if you're not able to be with us physically on site, this Bible study is now live streamed. I love technology. And speaking of pastors, let's chat now with our own Dr. B. Hey, Dr. B, how are you doing?
Hey, Mike, fine. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine.
Good.
We've been hanging out every morning in Vacation Bible School, haven't we?
Been having a great time.
We've been doing a lot of paddling on the rolling river.
Yeah, I've been, the tenderfoot.
That's right.
That's been relying on your wisdom as a guide and a teacher.
There's a lot of irony
about the
in
outdoors.
that.
And we've been having fun with it.
We have been having fun.
In fact, one of the things, I don't know if you heard, one of the children said one day, maybe it was the second day, he said, it was the first day, I think. He said, it's just getting gooder and gooder.
It is gooder and gooder here in Vacation Bible School.
Yeah, that's right. So that sums it up. It's getting gooder and gooder.
I think it does. It's neat to see all the children, youth, and adults that are a part of this, don't you think?
Oh, it is. Lots of them. 615 children are a part of this, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include the youth, the adults, all the people who are volunteers. It takes a lot of people to make it happen.
Boy, it really does. And it's so much fun. And I know that one of the numbers we've heard already from Vacation Bible School is about the money that's been raised so that students in Kenya can go to school.
Right. So far, and we're now at Wednesday. We've finished halfway through VBS. Already we've raised money for 5 kids to go to school. $1,500 for 5 kids. And the goal now is 10. The goal at the beginning was 5, and we've already gone past that. And so the kids have cards. There's a card for each kid.
Yeah.
And so they learn something about the child in Kenya that they're sponsoring, that they're sending to school. And then if they have contributed to all 5, then they have a lanyard that they can wear around their necks. That reminds them of the great work that they've done and what that means. And so every day we celebrate these kids that we're sending to school.
It is the neatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Well, there's been, in addition to those numbers, which are so encouraging, last month in June, you sent out to the entire congregation some very encouraging numbers about the health and the vitality of our church.
Oh, yeah. They really are exciting, not just encouraging, but really exciting.
Yeah.
And you know, we have to remember that numbers represent people.
Yes.
So it's not just about numbers, it's about what that represents and what that means to us. And in that email, I had said that we had 139 new members that had joined the church so far in 2018, right. But actually now that's 168. Jeez. Just a month later.
My.
And when we talked about it before, that was a 63% increase. I don't know, I haven't done the math yet to see what that would be.
Nor will I try to do the math.
I was hoping you would, but okay. So yeah, 63% then, I don't know, maybe it's 70% now. I don't know, but it's a very strong increase over this time last year. Worship attendance up 18% over last year. Our spring Academy attendance in children's ministry up 12%, and we already talked about Vacation Bible
right.
School. We talked about something like 120 youth who've registered to participate in all the programs, and the service trips, the mission trips. That's a 47% increase over last year. Again, we talk about these numbers, but they represent people. They represent ministry. They represent lives that are transformed and being transformed. And we have, in addition to that, we have in the gathering an average of 306 people, I think it is, attending the gathering now, and that is really strong. That's an increase of about 62%. And then we've also, the 1111 service mm-hmm. has moved over to what was the YWCA building. A lot of us still call it that, but it's now called the historic 512 building. And that's going great. The attendance is super over there, and they're having a great experience in that beautiful space.
Yep, I think they are.
Yeah.
And this week, you sent the congregation an email about some of the plans for our facility. And some of the exciting things for the future.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, one of the things, in fact, the primary thing that mm-hmm. rose to the top when we did our Focus First process is to have facilities that enable the ministries of the church, that enable mm-hmm. us to accomplish our mission. And that's what we're working toward. And so I did send out very recently an update on where we are with that, just to let people know that now we're hiring a construction consultant that will mm-hmm. help to hone the numbers and finally get us to the place where we have some idea of what the cost of the facilities will be. Capital campaign consultants on mm-hmm. board now to help us with that. We'll be doing feasibility study guided by our consultant, capital campaigns consultant. So things are rolling along. It's just important for people to know we haven't gotten to the point of making a decision yet. We haven't gotten to that point of a congregational vote, to move forward. We're just getting all of our ducks in a row, and we have a fantastic building committee chaired by Barry Hudson, who's just stellar, and that committee is doing all the due diligence they need to do, and I'm very impressed. As always, I'm impressed with the lay leadership of this church.
Absolutely. Yeah. You bet. And I know for both of us, we have served in a number of United Methodist churches, and we've seen the difference in leadership styles and personalities. And well, in addition to all those exciting numbers that we just heard, there is another number that's connected with an anniversary that's coming up, Dr. B. And this anniversary is related to your ministry here at First United Methodist Church of Fort Worth.
That's right, yeah. September 1st, 15 years since I was appointed.
It has been 15 years?
Yeah.
Does it feel like it's gone by in just an instant?
In many ways it does. I mean, a lot's happened in 15 years. We've seen a lot of programs, we've seen a lot of people, a lot of exciting things, and so in some ways, there's been so much going on that it seems like 15 years. In a lot of ways, it's just flown by. But it's wonderful, as we talked about, the lay leadership of this church. Being a part of this ministry is just a real blessing, and it's been great. And to quote our friend from
Right.
VBS, it just gets gooder and gooder.
It does. It just gets gooder and gooder.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, thank you for the goodness of your leadership, of your ministry here, of being the one who puts together this team that we all get to be a part of. So, Dr. B, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Mike, and all you do.
Well, you're welcome. And to all of you, we say thanks to you. And now, I think that's all for now. So yes, this has been your Moment with Mike.